Welcome to our Spring Quarterly Advocate video. I'm Cam with the Potato Council, and we're very happy to have with us special guest Robert Guenther with the United Fresh Produce Association. Robert, thanks for being here. In addition to all of his duties with the United Fresh Produce Association, Robert also is in charge of coordinating the Specialty Crop Farm Bill Alliance. Robert, can you talk a little bit about the history of the Farm Bill and specialty crops before the Alliance was formed, and then how things have changed after?
I would say, prior to 2002-2008 Farm Bill, between those years, really the specialty crop, fruit and vegetable industry really didn't play a major role in the Farm Bill discussion or debate. So the industry got together, developed this Specialty Crop Farm Bill Alliance, and came up with a package of recommendations. That led to the 2008 Farm Bill, where we were able to get a whole suite of issues put in there related to pest and disease issues, research funding, specialty crop block grant funding. Different programs were in there, along with also enhancing programs around conservation and trade as well that were helpful.
Robert, a lot of people are saying that this new Farm Bill is not going to be revolutionary in terms of the changes that it makes to U.S. agricultural policy, but it's going to be evolutionary. It's going to make some tweaks on what we're dealing with currently. Still, some of the specialty crop programs that we rely on are potentially vulnerable, even though we're not going to see a major shift. Can you talk about some of those vulnerabilities and the opportunities that also might be out there?
So yes, I think you're right, Cam. A lot of talk around this Farm Bill is where can we make some slight changes. There's not a significant amount of new money, so to speak. At least Congress has not said that to us, or at least they keep telling us that. There's not new funds that we can develop and implement into new programs or current programs to bump them up. So, I think there are several things to talk about. The technical system for specialty crops, I know you're very familiar with that. The potato industry has used that very successfully over the years. That program, because of the budget challenges or budget issues that they do here in Washington, D.C., it has no baseline. So if this bill did not pass at the end of this year in September when this current Farm Bill expires, that program might go away, or would go away in terms of funding. It would be there, but there would be no money to implement the programs under technical assistance for specialty crops.
I might say, specifically on TASC, that's one of the programs that we use a great deal, particularly in regard to our activities in trying to get fresh potato access into Mexico. So we do not want that program to end.
That $90 million is critical to helping break through some of the barriers, technical barriers that they see in getting into current markets. Problems come up, or even new and emerging markets potentially you can use that funding for. So that's vulnerable right now, because right now, if the Farm Bill does not pass at the end of September, they do what's called an extension of the current law, that money would go away. Under the Specialty Crop Research Initiative, for instance, that program is funded right now at $55 million for the general program, and then another $25 that is focused on citrus greening issues. We'd like to see that program expanded so that the money is bumped up for all programs. I think that's going to be one of our major pushes for this year.
As we stand here today, the House Agriculture Committee has approved their version of the Farm Bill. What do you see over the next few months? Expiration is coming into September. It's going to be a busy spring and summer.
It is. I think the next couple months are going to be critical of whether we will see a Farm Bill successfully pass this year or not. As you mentioned, the House Ag Committee has finished their work on the Farm Bill last week. We now are hoping the Senate will get their Farm Bill done before the Memorial Day time period, is what we're hearing. But they still got a lot of work to do as well. The challenge right now is on the House side, how do you get enough votes to pass this bill that they have passed out of committee? Unfortunately, it became a little bit of a partisan debate in the House side. The Senate seems to be moving a much more bipartisan process. So how the next May into June goes will kind of really tell us pretty clearly how this farm bill, how successful this farm bill may be getting to the finish line by the end of September.
Robert, thanks a lot for being with us today.
Thanks,
we
Cam.
appreciate you
Okay.
taking the time. This is great. And we
Yeah.
appreciate all the work that you're doing.
Well,
we need your help in being part of the conversation on the importance of this farm bill. What's really important is what you can do if you're seeing your member of Congress back in the district. 3 things are really important. 1, specialty crops are some of the most consumer-facing commodities in the Farm Bill and also the most nutritious. 2nd, specialty crop programs cost very little directly, but their investments can actually reduce spending over time. And 3rd, simply continuing the current Farm Bill will hurt specialty crop programs. So getting a new forward-looking bill to the President's desk before this one expires on September 30th is very important.